Ja pierdolę, muszę jeszcze raz, no. Hello everyone and welcome to Eurosis, the show where we watch and react to songs from the Eurovision Song Contest 2023. I mean, this year is 2023, but in other years we react to songs from other years, obviously. Anyway, today we're going to look at songs from Georgia, Iceland, Lithuania, Romania, Germany, and Serbia. So let's get on with it. So first up on our list is Georgia, represented by Iru, who was chosen in the national selection. Yay! But her song Echo is in English, so boo! Technically, Iru, just the artist, was chosen in the national selection. The song was chosen internally by the broadcaster, which is not great. Anyway, Iru, actually Irina Khachanovi, is of Armenian descent. And she has already participated and won the Eurovision Song Contest, but the Junior Eurovision Song Contest, and that was in the year 2011. At that time, she was the member of the band Candy. In 2019, she participated in the Georgian Idol, but didn't win. Then in 2023, she was on the 5th season of The Voice of Georgia, and that is the show which is also like the national selection for the Eurovision Song Contest. So she won that one, as you can guess. She also has co-written the song I Believe, which represented Georgia in the Junior Eurovision Song Contest in 2022. I believe she has also co-written her song for this year's Eurovision. Yeah, I mean, she co-wrote the lyrics, okay, to be exact. And actually, the songwriter, the person who wrote the music, was also the one that wrote her song for the Junior Eurovision Song Contest in 2011. So it's interesting, it's kind of like full circle moment. So anyway, let's listen. Wow, just like kicks off really strong. Okay, you know what? Knowing that this was written by someone who wrote songs for the Junior Eurovision Song Contest, I didn't expect it to be so avant-garde and kind of weird, experimental. I mean, the chorus is nice, but honestly, it doesn't really feel like a chorus very much. Like, I don't know, there's something about that melody, it feels... It leaves you wanting, like... It's very interesting. It's not something that I expected. I definitely think that if I listen more to the song, this one will definitely grow on me. Right now, I'm a little bit like, but I know that this has a lot of elements that I do like, and so I think that probably the more I listen to it, the more I will like it. It's not a song that is like kind of like immediately catchy and you immediately fall in love with it. I think it's more of a song that, is a bit of an acquired taste. And it's all a little bit up here, right? It starts at 10 and it kind of, stays there, which, it's good to have a sort of a very dramatic beginning, but there needs to be some ebbs and flows, I think, in the song to make it more interesting. Next up on our list is Iceland, represented by d.g.t, who was chosen in the national selection. Yay! But her song Power is in English, so boo. d.g.t is a very fresh young artist. I believe she hasn't released any songs before this one, actually. And she has been on Iceland Got Talent, actually. That was in 2015. Yeah, not much more to say. Let's just listen.
I'm ready to let you go. Won't hold you back no more.
It started off as a ballad, so I was worrying that it's gonna stay that way. But it's sped up a bit, you know, the chorus is more energetic, there's a beat. And of course, her singing's great. But I'm not a super huge fan, actually, of her style of singing. And also, like, she's the kind of artist who's just kind of like getting off of, you know, how well they sing. You know? It's not as obnoxious as, let's say, what Mariah Carey does. You know, I get it. I like doing that, for instance, if I sing at home, you know, and I kind of fantasize that one day, I will, you know, do karaoke with my friends, and I'm just gonna, like, go, like, super into, like, a song, and everyone's gonna be stunned by my amazing vocals. So I guess there's, like, a tiny bit of envy when I'm talking about artists like her. Her performance is really carrying the song, because the song itself is not that great. The song itself is very generic. But I gotta say, like, I mean, her energy on this stage and how into it she is, and I can understand why people, you know, fell in love with her and voted for her, because her presence on this stage is something that, you know, is really, really impressive. And especially for a super young artist like that. But maybe this is the thing. Maybe this is just like, you know, she's so passionate about it because she hasn't been doing this for the last 20 years. It's just, you know, like the beginning of her journey, her career. So, you know, you can feel like how excited she is to be doing this. And that's what's charming. But the song itself, you know, could be better. Next up on our list is Lithuania, represented by Monika Linkytė, who was chosen in the national selection, so yay! But her song Stay is in English, so boo. However, I believe there are going to be some Lithuanian lyrics. At the very least, there's going to be the line Čiuto tuto, which, according to the Eurovision Song Contest website and Wikipedia, is a type of incantation or sutra in from Lithuanian folklore. Monika has released an album and a couple of singles, one of which has gone platinum, one of them has gone gold. She competed many times to represent Lithuania in the Eurovision Song Contest, and she was actually successful in 2015. And that year she represented Lithuania with Vaidas Baumila, and their song was This Time. And I can't remember that song. But what was notable about This Time was that there were 3 couples kissing on the stage, you know, in the song. So Vaidas and Monika were kissing, and then also their backing vocalist, a same-sex male couple and a same-sex female couple, were also kissing. And it was supposed to be this great, like, kind of progressive moment and, you know, gesture of, you know, acceptance, tolerance, etc. So that's really cute. And I remember that Yuri Viklenko, who represented Lithuania in 2019, was actually a part of that same-sex couple that was kissing. Anyway, let's listen.
Someone like me.
Okay, I have 2 problems with this. Number 1, it's a ballad. I mean, I know. The chorus gets a little bit more, like, energetic. So, yeah. But I would still classify it as a ballad, so not my favorite thing. And, you know, like, it started off pretty sad. The lyrics were just stay, And she says like, I know it's hard to love someone like me, but then the chorus is just so like happy. I mean, I guess that maybe the incantations worked. And that person she's singing to stayed with her. Maybe. But I don't know. To me, it just feels like I'm not a super huge fan of these like super cheerful songs, you know? Not it's not terribly so. Like, for example, Malta last year. Hated it. For that exact reason. Like, it was just too happy-go-lucky, kind of. Just not my thing. It's kind of feels a little bit too like gospel or something like that. It's a little bit underwhelming for me, so. Next up on our list is Romania, represented by Teodor Andrei with the song d.g.t. So, Teodor was chosen in the national selection, so yay! But his song d.g.t. Off and On is in English, so boo! So, Teodor is literally just 18 years old, but he has already released an album. So, that's pretty impressive to me. He was on The Voice Kids, where he reached the semifinals, and then later he also competed on the X Factor, but he reached only the boot camps. And supposedly, this is a rock song, and he's supposed to have very distinctive kind of rock vocals, so I'm very excited about that. Let's see. It's not English. Okay, forget what I said. It's Romanian, yay! I guess it's gonna have some English lyrics too, though. Just guessing from the title. Okay, yeah. I see what they were talking about. Okay, now it's English, yeah. Well, nice. There's some variation there. He seems to be performing with a lot of ease, you know? Like, yeah, it feels very effortless what he's doing on the stage. And I really appreciate that when the artist can make it look effortless. Or maybe it is just effortless for them. To me, that's not much of a reveal because we could read what it said through that mesh. Okay, nice performance for sure. He just feels very at home on that stage, and yeah, it feels like he was born to do this. The song itself, you know, it's not super impactful to me. I feel a little bit similar to how I felt after listening to the Slovenian entry. It feels just a little bit forgettable. It doesn't feel like that, you know, the melody doesn't feel distinctive enough that you would kind of remember it. I think that any success at Eurovision will be all down to his performance, and I think that his just like great youthful energy and sort of like how natural he feels like on that stage. Okay, so now time for Germany, the entry that I'm probably most excited about ever since I've heard the title of the song, because the title of the song is Blood and Glitter, which is like, how cool is that? That's like the coolest title I've ever heard in my life. The band is called The Lord of the Lost, which, again, such a cool band name. And they're an industrial metal band, although they also describe themselves on the Eurovision website as genre fluid, which all sounds great to me. And they have released 8 studio albums, 5 orchestra albums, and 4 live albums, which, you know, even considering they were established in 2007, that's still a lot. The band front person, Chris Harms, stated that the bands and artists that influenced them are Rammstein, Nine Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson, and Lady Gaga, which, that all sounds great to me. That's all the stuff that I absolutely love. Also, on the Eurovision website, they say that despite the industrial metal image, frontman Chris Harms has a heart of gold, adopting 2 kittens that were found abandoned on a street in Poland. Aww. Also, this is a very common misconception that, people who listen to metal must be, aggressive or something. Typically, people who listen to metal will be, the most mellow people you're ever gonna come across who would not hurt a fly. They were chosen for national selection, so yay! And the song is in English, unfortunately, so boo. But anyway, let's listen.
Blood and glitter, sweet and bitter, we're so happy we could die. Blood and glitter. Keep your head up in the clouds.
Oh, that synth was amazing.
Life's too fast, so make it count.
Oh my god. So happy we could die. Blood and glitter, saint and sinner, do fall before we rise. Oh my god! It was so good! I did not think I will get anything better than Australia this year. I mean, Australia's still great. I still love their song. But this one is this one's this one's a little bit better. I did not think that my, my inner teenage metalhead is going to get so much good stuff this year from Eurovision. Obviously, I can imagine that this doesn't maybe have the universal appeal that, Tattoo might have. But, honestly, I hope this wins. It's everything for me. It just makes me feel so happy. I mean, and see, this is the thing. This is why I love Eurovision so much, is because you get to discover bands like this. And honestly, I feel like an idiot. How come I haven't... I mean, I know why I didn't know them before. I know why. Because they started in 2007. And that was the year that was the year I finished high school. And I went to university. And then I didn't listen to as much metal music and rock music as I used to. Yeah, I really feel like there's a bit of a rock metal revival going on, which is great. I mean, I hope that it will bring us something, some new trends in this particular genre, because this still feels like a throwback to a certain era, more so than something new. I hope that there will be those new, fresh, upcoming rock bands introduce some new styles and something that we hadn't heard before. But this is still so great. I just feel so happy listening to this song. So yeah, I wish them all the best. This might be my favorite for this year. But we'll see. We still have 2 more episodes to go, so, Okay, so the last entry for today is Serbia, represented by Luke Black, with the song Samo mi se spava. Luke Black was chosen for national selection, so yay! And his song is in Serbian, so yay! Finally a double yay! So Luke Black has been around for quite some time. He released his first song in 2014. However, he hasn't released an album, only Only EPs and singles. But you know what I think? I think that maybe nowadays with Spotify and everything, it doesn't really make sense to release albums, honestly. So, you know, maybe that's not the worst strategy, actually. Yeah, I mean, in general, I think he's considered a pretty successful artist in Serbia. And by the way, the title Samo mi se spava is kind of funny to me, because if you read that in Polish, it would mean something like it's welding itself for me, because spawać is to weld. But anyway, I'm pretty sure that's not what this song is about. Because, you know, sometimes, of course, Slavic languages can be tricky like this. You know, words sound similar, but they mean something else. So actually, like, at the beginning of the war in Ukraine, one guy on Czech Twitter tweeted, or Polish brothers or whatever, you are neskuteczny frajery, which meant, I think, like selfless heroes or something like this, but nieskuteczny frajer in Polish sounds an ineffective loser. So that was a pretty funny misunderstanding. So I'm pretty sure Samo mi se spava does not mean it's welding itself for me. I'm guessing, but anyway, let's see. It's in English? You lied to me. You lied to me, Luke Black. I don't appreciate that. Boo. Okay, so it means I just want to sleep. Okay. I mean, spać is to sleep in Polish, so it actually makes sense. Okay. There's some Serbian here, so, you know. Fine. I can give it a pass, you know. I know it's Eurovision, you want to reach a wider audience, so you mix the languages. Fine. Okay. I'm now thinking that maybe the sleeping was a reference to The Matrix, right? It sounded a little bit funny when there was like one person started clapping before everybody else, and they were like, and it just sounded as if there's just like one person in the audience. Anyway, I love the chorus. The chorus is really fun. Especially I love when he sings the line Svet gari. I think like it sounds really cool, I would say. And the Eurovision website said that he's has a unique brand of indie techno pop. And that also, when I read that, I was like, okay, sounds like something I will probably enjoy. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Really nice staging as well. I would probably change the graphics in the background because that giant mecha there just seemed a little bit out of place. And I would honestly change his outfit. I guess it was supposed to like be misleading, like, oh, it seems like it's gonna be this sort of slow ballad in like a more classical setting. But yeah, that's why honestly I would just rip his shirt off. His shirt looks like it would look very good if he was singing about like Dracula or vampires, you know, like, because that's sort of what I see in my mind when I see this like puffy sleeves. So that's my only note, you know, like just change the outfit. But other than that, this is a really good entry, and definitely I will enjoy listening to it. So good job. Okay, so that's it for today. Let me recap quickly. So obviously Germany was my favorite. Duh. Serbia would be a close second. Okay, and then my third favorite probably would be Georgia, actually. I do need to listen to it a little bit more. I already forgot how that song went. but it sounded interesting. Iceland, Lithuania, and Romania were slightly disappointing for me this year, unfortunately. Especially, like I had high hopes for Romania because, last year they were my favorites. Anyway, thank you so much for sticking around and listening to me yammer on about these songs. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and if you have, then please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Please comment, share your thoughts with me. I would love to know how you feel about these songs as well. And yeah, so thank you very much, and bye!